Welcome to Whispers and Confessions. There might be a twist waiting, so please make sure to watch until the end. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Let's begin right away.
Back home, the passion didn't fade. We embraced fiercely, making love with an intensity we hadn't felt in years. You kissed me with lips that kissed another woman, Julia teased with a playful smile. A blend of guilt and thrill coursed through me. And you held me with a body touched by another man. I shot back. She looked at me with deep eyes and pulled me closer. The traces of others only reignited our spark. I, Edward, had just turned 40 and was working as a team leader in the sales department of a major corporation in New York. I met my wife, Julia, during our college years, and we got married right after graduation. This year marked our 15th wedding anniversary, but we still didn't have kids, and our life together had settled into a monotonous routine. Lately, our conversations felt surface level, stuck on small talk like the weather or office gossip, and the spark we used to share had quietly slipped away. Then, on a warm spring Friday night, I got an unexpected invitation from my colleague, Michael, a senior at the company. Michael always had a confident smile that drew people in. "Edward, there's a unique party happening this weekend." Interested, his eyes gleamed with a mix of mischief and secrecy. "What kind of party?" I asked, curiosity piqued. He glanced around and lowered his voice. "It's a special gathering for you and Julia. A sophisticated event for married couples like yourselves, intelligent, refined people. About 100 carefully selected couples from Manhattan come together to connect romantically in an open, sophisticated setting." My heart skipped a beat. A yearning for something new and exciting stirred inside me. Michael explained that it was an exclusive, invitation-only party held at a high-end Manhattan hotel, with strict security to ensure complete privacy. "It's a secret night at the hotel penthouse. Only vetted people attend," he said, his tone as persuasive as if he were sharing a well-kept secret. But I couldn't help worrying about Julia's reaction. How do I even bring this up to her? "She'll be shocked," I said hesitantly. Michael chuckled and gave me a friendly pat on the shoulder. "Just be honest. You might be surprised. Julia could be curious too." My wife was hesitant at first, but she ended up loving it. His confidence rubbed off on me, so I figured I'd take a chance. That night, I came home and cautiously brought it up while sitting on the couch. The living room was quiet, and Julia was reading a book, a glass of wine in hand. "Julia, can we talk for a sec?" I said, my voice shaky with nerves. She looked up from her book, tilting her head. "What's up?" Something happened. Her warm brown eyes met mine, and my heart raced. I spilled everything about Michael's invitation. "It's a social party for married couples in Manhattan. It's kind of a special vibe." As soon as I said it, I held my breath, waiting for her reaction, but Julia's response surprised me. Her eyes widened in surprise, but then a slight smile crept onto her lips, hinting at curiosity. "Wow, a party like that exists. So, Edward, do you want to go?" There was a teasing, daring edge to her voice. "Honestly, I'm a bit curious. But if you're not okay with it, we absolutely won't go," I said sincerely. Julia set her wine glass down and thought for a moment, her fingers tapping lightly on the table, filling the silence. "I'm actually curious too," she finally said. "Things have felt a bit dull between us lately. Maybe we need a new spark." Her eyes held a determined glint. "Are you sure? You don't have to force yourself." I checked again. She nodded firmly. "Let's go, Edward. I want to see what it's like." Her smile eased my nerves. And so, we decided to attend this special weekend party. On Saturday evening, we headed to a towering hotel in Manhattan. Julia wore a black dress, and she looked so stunning I caught my breath. At the hotel lobby, staff in sleek black suits greeted us, meticulously checking our invitation and IDs. A private elevator whisked us to the top floor, and when the doors opened, the sight before us was jaw-dropping. "Wow, there's got to be at least 100 people here, right?" Julia whispered, her voice a mix of awe and slight nerves. The spacious ballroom hummed with scores of elegantly dressed guests holding champagne glasses, mingling gracefully. Men and women from their 30s to 60s, dressed in elegant attire, filled the space with an air of excitement and eager anticipation. "First time here?" a smooth voice asked. I turned to see a sophisticated woman in her late 40s with striking blonde hair and deep blue eyes. "I'm Elizabeth, the concierge for this event," she said with a warm smile that put us at ease. Elizabeth's soothing voice instantly put us at ease as she explained the party's flow and rules. It starts like a regular social gathering. As the night progresses, those interested can naturally move toward deeper interactions. Everyone here respects boundaries. Her composed tone helped us relax. Julia squeezed my hand and smiled, and I nodded back. As the party began, we chatted with all sorts of people: financiers, doctors, lawyers, artists, people we wouldn't normally meet. The conversations were vibrant, ranging from art to finance. Julia's eyes sparkled as she dove into a lively discussion about modern art with an artist, and I found myself falling for her all over again. "Hi, we're James and Olivia." An older couple approached us. James was a global company executive, and Olivia, with long blonde hair and green eyes, was a poised charity worker. "First time here?" James asked with a hearty, infectious laugh. "Yeah, we're a bit nervous," I admitted. Olivia smiled warmly. "We're on our third time. This party is really special." It was awkward at first, but it brought us closer as a couple. You rediscover each other in a whole new way. Julia, intrigued, asked, "Really? What makes it so special?" Olivia sipped her champagne with a knowing smile and replied, "It's about giving each other freedom while building deeper trust. You face unexpected emotions." As time passed, the atmosphere in the ballroom grew warmer and more intimate. The lighting softened, and smooth jazz music heightened the mood. "The second part will start soon," James explained in a low voice. "That's when those who want more intimate interactions move to private rooms." Julia and I exchanged glances. Her eyes held a mix of nerves and curiosity, matching my own racing pulse. "Shall we all go together?" Olivia suggested with a smile, her voice soft yet playfully daring. "What do you think, Julia?" I asked carefully. She hesitated briefly before nodding. "It's a rare chance. Let's try it." Her voice carried a firm resolve. The four of us headed to a private room. The elevator took us to a floor lined with luxurious suites. The room we stepped into was stunning, like a luxury penthouse with plush decor, with Manhattan's twinkling skyline visible through large windows. "This is intense," Julia said, her voice trembling slightly. Olivia smiled kindly. "It's okay, Julia. Take your time. Just start with some light conversation." We sat on a plush sofa, toasting with champagne. Our talk turned deeper, touching on dreams and desires. "We've been married 20 years, and this party has made our relationship stronger," Olivia shared openly. "We learned to trust without possessiveness. That's real love." James nodded. "At first, I was jealous seeing my wife with someone else, but it made me love her more." His words struck a chord in me. Julia listened intently, nodding along. "So, how does it start?" she asked cautiously, her cheeks flushed. "Just let it flow naturally," Olivia replied softly. "How about we switch partners and sit next to someone new?" At Olivia's suggestion, I sat next to her, and Julia sat with James. It was awkward at first, but the champagne's warmth and the soft music eased the tension. "Edward, you're really charming," Olivia whispered in my ear, her sweet perfume and soft voice enveloping me. My heart raced. "Julia, you're absolutely stunning," James said, gently taking her hand. Julia looked startled, but soon smiled and nodded. Olivia's warm hand took mine, sending a shiver through me. I saw James place a hand on Julia's shoulder, and a blend of jealousy, curiosity, and subtle excitement coursed through me. We were slowly stepping into a new world. As time passed, our distances closed. Kissing Olivia was sweet and intense. Her soft, warm lips set my senses ablaze. Her arms wrapped around my neck, pulling me closer, and I lost myself in her curves and warmth. At the same time, I saw Julia in James's embrace, her eyes half closed, smiling softly as she surrendered to his touch. The sight sparked unexpected feelings, not just jealousy, but an electrifying surge of desire. "You okay, Edward?" Olivia whispered, her eyes concerned. "Yeah, it's more thrilling than I expected," I admitted. She smiled and squeezed my hand tighter. "Everyone feels that way at first. Just let it happen." The four of us moved to the bed. A fleeting moment of doubt crossed my mind as we began undressing, but when my eyes met Julia's, a silent agreement passed between us. Her gaze shone with nerves, excitement, and unspoken desire. I held her trembling hand, my heart pounding. "Julia, you're breathtaking," Olivia whispered, gently stroking her shoulder. The intimate connection between the women felt natural in this space. James and I locked eyes, sharing an unexpected bond of shared anticipation for the forbidden pleasure. "Edward, your touch, it's captivating." Olivia's sweet voice tickled my ear. Her soft skin and perfect curves captivated me. As my hands traced her waist, her breathing quickened. Her skin tingled under my touch, and her soft moans stirred my passion. At the same time, Julia's voice filled the room. "James, oh, you're incredible," she said, her voice trembling with ecstasy. Seeing James kiss her neck softly sent a tangle of jealousy and arousal through me. Julia's eyes were half closed, her body fully surrendered to his touch. The sight pulled me deeper into Olivia. The sight of the four of us entwined felt like a vivid dream. Olivia's body burned under my touch, her moans growing wilder. I lost myself in her, her skin hot and soft, her nails grazing my back, pushing me deeper into desire. I saw James exploring Julia, her body trembling as she moaned deeply, her head tilted back in ecstasy. "Oh, James, keep going." Her voice, drenched in pleasure, sparked my own passion. "Edward, you're amazing." Olivia's voice cracked as she melted into me. The climax washed over us in a rush. Olivia's body shook as she called my name, her moans filling the room. Her warm breath and trembling body gave me a surge of pleasure I hadn't felt in ages. Julia's sharp moan followed as she reached her peak under James's touch, her face glowing with pure joy and liberation. James and I were soon swept up in the same rush, an explosive release of tension and desire that felt like time itself had stopped. The raw, physical thrill awakened senses dulled by routine. My body trembled, alive with a rush of freedom. "Wow, you're all incredible," Olivia panted, her face radiant with satisfaction. We all caught our breath, exchanging warm, contented smiles. After the peak, we lay on the bed, sweaty and spent. Julia's face held a glow of pure joy I'd never seen in her before. Her cheeks were flushed, her eyes sparkling with newfound confidence and freedom. "That was the most thrilling thing I've ever done," she whispered, her voice trembling with joy and wonder. "Thank you, everyone," I said, catching my breath. James smiled warmly. "No, we're thrilled to meet such an amazing couple." After showering, we sat around a table, sharing a light meal and reflecting on the night. "I felt a bit guilty at first," Julia admitted, her cheeks still rosy but her eyes steady. "But now, Edward, I love you even more." Her words warmed my heart deeply. "I get it," Olivia nodded. "Connecting with others reminds you just how much your partner means to you. That's what makes this party truly unique." After the party, we exchanged contacts and parted ways. In the taxi, I held Julia's hand, feeling the warmth and gentle tremble in her fingers. "Tonight was wild, huh?" I said quietly. "Yeah, and I don't regret it at all," she replied, meeting my eyes with a smile. "If anything, it made you more precious to me." Back home, the passion didn't fade. We embraced fiercely, making love with an intensity we hadn't felt in years. "You kissed me with lips that kissed another woman," Julia teased with a playful smile. A blend of guilt and thrill coursed through me. "And you held me with a body touched by another man," I shot back. She looked at me with deep eyes and pulled me closer. The traces of others only reignited our spark. From the next day, our relationship transformed. Our breakfast chats turned richer, filled with laughter and real connection, and our physical connection became effortless. Julia's smile shone with a new kind of radiance as she made coffee. Was last night really okay? I asked cautiously. She set down her coffee mug and took my hand. Yes, you. Me too. It's like our world expanded in ways I never imagined, I said. Her smile reassured me. A week later, James called. There's another party. Want to join? His warm, charismatic voice was impossible to resist. We agreed without hesitation. At the second party, we met new people, Ryan and Emma, a couple in their 30s, and Thomas and Catherine in their 50s. Each encounter brought fresh faces and thrilling moments. The real charm of these parties goes beyond the physical, Catherine said, holding a wine glass. It's about meeting diverse people, exploring new perspectives, and rediscovering your relationship. That's the true magic of it. Julia nodded, curious. How has it changed your marriage? Catherine smiled. We've become more honest and understand each other deeply. As we attended more parties, we learned so much. 3 months later, we were fully immersed in this world. We went to a party every month and met privately with couples we'd connected with. People say my skin's glowing lately. Julia laughed, looking in the mirror. She truly looked more vibrant and beautiful. You're stunning, Julia, I said sincerely. She grinned playfully. You're pretty hot too, Edward. Other women seemed to think so. We burst into laughter. One day at work, I ran into Michael. So, how was the party? He asked with a sly, knowing smile. You changed our lives with that invitation. I laughed. He nodded. Glad to hear it. It brought me and my wife closer than ever. 6 months later, we started hosting small parties at our place. We invited James and Olivia, Ryan and Emma, and a new couple, Stephen and Sophia. Who's coming tonight? Julia asked, preparing wine in the kitchen. James and Olivia, Ryan and Emma, and Stephen and Sophia, I replied. She nodded, her face alight with excitement. As the party began, our living room was buzzing with laughter and lively conversation. Thanks for inviting us, Edward and Julia, Stephen said. He was a 45-year-old doctor, and Sophia, 42, was a university professor. This intimate gathering is absolutely unforgettable, Sophia said, raising her wine glass with a smile. Over dinner and wine, the conversation deepened. Shall we move upstairs? James suggested. We headed to the bedroom, where several large beds were ready. Let's all enjoy tonight, Olivia said, and we began swapping partners. The sight of 8 people tangled together in one room was unbelievably electrifying. Julia, you're gorgeous, Sophia whispered, kissing her. I held Emma, losing myself in her soft skin and warm breath. Edward, more intensity, Emma whispered, pulling me closer. I gave in, caught up in a wave of pleasure. Julia's moans filled the room as she responded to Stephen's touch, fueling my passion even more. A year later, our lives had transformed completely. The connections from the parties opened new opportunities at work, and I got a promotion. Julia started a charity project with women she'd met, living vibrant, fulfilling days. Going to that first party was the best decision, Julia said one night, her eyes sparkling with newfound energy. You're right. Our life is so much richer now, but the best part is how much closer we've become, I replied sincerely. She squeezed my hand, smiling. I feel the same, Edward. Despite connecting with others, our bond grew stronger, rooted in deep respect and trust, the greatest treasure we'd found. Later, we were offered a big project. The party organizers proposed we manage a new resort in Florida. We want trustworthy people to run it. You two would create something amazing, they said. We eagerly seized the opportunity. The Florida resort became a haven for those who share our vision. I'm so happy every day, Julia said, gazing at the ocean, her hair dancing in the gentle breeze, glowing under the sun. Every part of our life feels perfectly complete. I agreed, and she leaned her head on my shoulder. Crossing 40 opened up a new world of freedom. We chose to pursue happiness liberated from societal constraints. Holding Julia's hand at sunset, my heart surged with excitement for the doors yet to open. 5 years later, our life has unfolded in ways we never imagined. The Florida resort is a global success, a paradise for those who share our vision. Mornings, I wake to Julia's peaceful breathing. At 45, she's more vibrant and alive than ever. Outside, the blue ocean and white sand sparkle in the warm sunlight. "Good morning, Edward," Julia says, waking with a smile. "New guests today, right?" "Yeah, a young couple from New York. They're nervous. It's their first time," I reply. She laughs, a nostalgic glint in her eyes. "We were like that too, weren't we?" I remember the night Michael invited us to that first party. That single choice transformed our lives completely. Over breakfast at the resort's restaurant, we met with staff, colleagues who share our vision. "Edward, bookings are almost full this month," our manager, William, reported. He joined us 3 years ago, captivated by the place. In the afternoon, we greeted a nervous young couple. "Welcome to our paradise," Julia said warmly. "Everyone's nervous at first, but it'll be an amazing experience." At sunset, a welcome party unfolded on the beach, uniting people from all walks of life. "We're so happy, Edward," Julia said, watching the party, her voice rich with deep satisfaction. "It's because we built this together. We owe all of this to you," I replied earnestly. She squeezed my hand tightly. That decision to attend the first party 5 years ago sparked a cascade of changes. At first, we wrestled with guilt and doubt tied to societal constraints, but embracing new values made our life unbelievably rich and vibrant. This place isn't just a home. It's where our hearts feel truly at peace. Living freely with a partner we deeply understand and respect, alongside cherished colleagues who share our vision, without prejudice or constraints. That's the true happiness we spent years searching for and finally found. Under the soft starlight, we strolled along the quiet beach, the sound of waves filling the air. The warm night breeze enveloped us, and holding each other's hands, our hearts swelled with hope for a brighter future. Sometimes, taking a bold step despite fear or doubt opens unexpected doors. Over the past 5 years, we've lived and embodied that truth. Every moment has made us stronger, wiser, and more complete.